Hi, welcome to Future Techno's. Nikon has once again caught the attention of the entire photography and filmmaking world. This time, it's with two exciting names, one already here and ready to test, and the other still wrapped in rumors but surrounded by massive expectations. The newly released Nikon Z6 III and the rumored Nikon Z8 II are two cameras that speak to very different kinds of creators. One is real, tested, and positioned at a price that many can afford. The other is not yet official. But if the rumors prove true, it could be a game changer. When people look at these two cameras, the question is no longer just about specifications. It's about purpose. Who are these cameras really for? What type of work are they designed to serve? And perhaps the biggest question, does the arrival of the Z8 II hint at a new king in Nikon's lineup, or is the Z6 III's balance of performance and price still unmatched? Let's start with the Nikon Z6 III. This is not just another simple refresh in Nikon's lineup. It's more like a reinvention of the mid-tier mirrorless camera. Nikon has introduced something very clever here, the world's first partially stacked CMOS sensor. That may sound technical, but in simple terms, it's a smart balance between performance and cost. Instead of fully stacking the entire sensor, Nikon only stacks the silicon at the edges. This allows the Z6 III to achieve extremely fast readout speeds without the higher cost usually tied to fully stacked sensors like those in the Z8 and Z9. The benefits of this design are clear right away. Faster burst shooting, lower rolling shutter, high-quality video. All of these improvements make the Z6 III stand out. It can shoot up to 14 frames per second with the mechanical shutter and an impressive 20 frames per second electronically, while still giving you raw files for extended bursts. For video creators, it can record in 6K at 60 frames per second in Nikon's NRAW format, and 5.4K at 60 frames per second in H.265. This means creators don't have to compromise between quality and flexibility. Autofocus also gets a major upgrade. The Z6 III borrows intelligent subject detection and 3D tracking from its flagship siblings. This makes it faster and more reliable for tracking faces, animals, and moving objects. Add to this a fully articulating screen and an extremely bright 5.76 million dot electronic viewfinder, and the Z6 III is shaping up to be a dream camera for both photographers and content creators. All of this comes at a price of $2,500. That's not cheap, but in the world of cameras, it lands in a sweet spot where performance meets practicality. Hybrid shooters, content creators, and professionals who want a compact but powerful body will see this as a very tempting option. Of course, no camera is perfect. The Z6 III still has a few limitations. Its dynamic range, especially when you push up the shadows, doesn't quite match what some competitors offer. There is also a bit of moire that shows up when capturing very fine patterns. But even with these small caveats, the Z6 III proves to be a very strong example of what a sub-$3,000 camera can deliver in today's market. Now, while the Z6 III earns attention through hands-on performance, the rumored Nikon Z8 II builds excitement in an entirely different way, through speculation and expectation. The Z8 before it was essentially a smaller Z9, bringing professional power into a more manageable body. The Z8 II, if the leaks are correct, is expected to go even further. Instead of just refining the formula, it could actually redefine the mirrorless experience for hybrid professionals. Rumors suggest some major video upgrades. One of the standout features being discussed is internal 8K recording at 60 frames per second. That would be a big leap from the Z8's 8K at 30 frames per second. And what makes this even more exciting is the possibility of unlimited recording times. This could be achieved through new passive cooling systems, possibly involving graphene-based heat dissipation or advanced heat pipe technology. Nikon seems to be aiming at making this camera capable of long, uninterrupted video sessions without the need for bulky rigs or external cooling. For slow motion, things look just as impressive. The Z8 II is rumored to offer oversampled 4K at 120 frames per second taken from the full 8K sensor. That would give incredibly sharp and detailed slow-motion footage, a huge deal for filmmakers and commercial creators. To top it off, internal recording options like 12-bit ProRes RAW HQ, alongside Nikon's own and RAW, are also expected. If that happens, the Z8 II won't just compete with cinema cameras, it might replace them for many productions. On the stills side, performance looks equally extreme. The Z8 II could shoot at 30 frames per second in RAW, with full autofocus and auto exposure. Some rumors even mention a pre-capture mode, where the camera records frames just before you press the shutter. For action, wildlife, and sports shooters, this could be revolutionary. It means capturing the unpredictable becomes much easier. Ergonomically, Nikon may also be improving the body with a deeper grip, better weather sealing, and carbon-reinforced construction. The display could be brighter, around 3.6 million dots for the rear LCD, with an upgraded viewfinder. Button layouts and controls might also see refinement, aiming to make the camera more reliable for tough field work. Of course, all of this comes at a rumored price of around $4,500. That's a big jump compared to the Z6 III, but if the Z8 II truly delivers on these rumored features, it could be worth every dollar for professionals who need extreme performance. Even though both cameras share the same lens mount, they clearly serve very different purposes. The Z6 III's 24-megapixel sensor is perfect for speed and low-light performance, while keeping file sizes manageable. The Z8 II, with its rumored 45-megapixel stacked sensor, is aimed at those who want high resolution and blistering speed at the same time. For event shooters, wedding photographers, or generalists, the Z6 III is more than enough. It gives agility and strong results without overwhelming you with massive files. On the other hand, for professionals who need to crop heavily or deliver extremely detailed stills, the Z8 II is the obvious choice. In video, the Z6 III already punches above its weight, with 6K RAW and 4K at 120 frames per second. That makes it a very strong hybrid camera for most creators. But the Z8 II, if the 8K/60p and full-width 4K/120p rumors come true, could set a new standard under $5,000. Adding ProRes RAW internally would seal its position as a professional cinema-ready tool. The Z6 III also appeals to solo creators with its fully articulating screen, perfect for vlogging and self-shooting. The Z8 II, by contrast, seems to be leaning toward a more traditional professional body style, with a tilting screen, stronger build, and more robust handling for use with heavier lenses. Both cameras are likely to share Nikon's newest menu system and fast interface, powered by the XP7 processor. However, the Z8 II may push further with new AI-powered autofocus modes, breathing compensation for video, and other tools designed for demanding production work. And this is where the choice becomes deeply personal. The Z6 III delivers an incredible amount of power at $2,500. It is practical, it is flexible, and it offers performance that covers most use cases. The Z8 II, expected to be almost double the price, is targeted at specialists, creators who need the very best and can justify the investment. Neither camera is objectively better. They simply serve different creative needs. The Z6 III is an affordable powerhouse, a hybrid camera with smart innovation. That makes sense for a wide audience. The Z8 II, on the other hand, looks like it will be a statement product. A camera built for professionals who demand uncompromising stills and video performance in one body. So, in the end, the question isn't which camera is the champion. The real answer depends on who's asking. For most creators, the Z6 III may be all the camera they'll ever need. For specialists at the cutting edge, the Z8 II might be the leap forward they've been waiting for. And that's the beauty of Nikon's current strategy. It's not about replacing one with the other. It's about giving creators the choice. And in that sense, Nikon's biggest win is for everyone in their ecosystem. Thanks for watching.